Yo, what's good, everybody, and welcome back to the Simple Logic Podcast. Yo, y'all gonna have to excuse me. I just recently got a stream deck, and yeah, I don't know how to act. Let's put that in there one more time just because we can. Oh man, recording future episodes is about to be fun, man. Anyway, for those of you who are new, this is a podcast where I, your host, WattsTV, talks about topics logically, but also in a comedic fashion. Ha! Brooke, in your goddamn face. I said it perfectly. First try. Kiss my ass. Anyway, so I'm glad to get back to the podcast, man. Last week's episode was it was a little morbid with the with everything that is going on in our country today, but we are finally back talking about the fun topics that I want to talk about. So, hey man, I'm happy. So today's topic is actually it's pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie. So for today's topic, we are talking about cancel culture. Now, this is a very interesting topic for myself because I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with cancel culture. And I know that's probably weird because you don't expect people to even say that they like it, let alone for a person to love it. But I feel like I'm on both sides of the spectrum. Like, there are things that I like about it, and there are things that I absolutely fucking hate about it. Like, I like cancel culture because on one end, I think that I don't think, I know, it 1000% holds the person accountable for the things they have done or for what they have said. It holds them accountable, and it never lets the person forget. It never lets them forget. And I really like that because I feel like sometimes people really do need to be reminded that they were fucking assholes, and they need to be held accountable and show that, hey, X, Y, and Z was wrong, so you need to do this in order to fix it. So that part of cancel culture, I kind of like. But on the other hand, I fucking hate cancel culture because, let's be honest, it never fucking lasts. It never lasts. People move on and something else happens and attention goes towards someone else. So with that being said, I honestly don't even know if I have a real like one-sided opinion about it. Like, I think there are good things about it and there are bad things. For example, all that shit that went down with fucking Doja Cat, yo, people were on her ass. Even with the George Floyd thing that is going on right now, and all this craziness that is happening with our country, people are still on her Twitter, in her comments on Instagram saying, look, we know a lot of shit is going on, but trust me, we ain't forget. We won't get back to you in a second. They are not going to let her forget anything that she has said, anything that she has done. And you know what? She is being held accountable, and I really do like that. Like, nah, don't fuck that. Don't be a racist, shitty person in private. No, you be a racist, shitty person out in public. Please, I like that. I love that shit. I love it so that people can hold your dumb ass accountable. But once again, let's be honest. Okay, so with Doja Cat, all the racist things that she was, for those of you who do not know, Doja Cat was found in basically like racist chat rooms, and she would constantly throw the N-word around. I don't even want to say it. She would throw the N-word around with the hard ER. So she wouldn't say nigga, it would be with the hard ER. I don't want to say it because I cringe even when I say it. I do not like the hard ER. She would be saying that with a lot of the white people in there and just saying a bunch of wild shit and a bunch of weird shit too. So to make a long story short, somebody caught wind of this, put everything out on Twitter, and everybody pretty much held her accountable. But like I said, here's my main issue with cancel culture. It will not last. If you want to cancel somebody, cancel them. And matter of fact, guys, don't even get it twisted. People, it's not even just people. There are whole industries and stores and companies that can get canceled. Yes. But soon after they, quote, get canceled, people start supporting them again. So, I'll give if Doja Cat survives from this. I don't know if she will, because a lot of these comments and tweets at her are pretty fucking brutal. y'all should probably check up on her because she is getting her ass ate on Twitter and not in a good way. Anyway, so I'm gonna give her about I'll give her about a year and a half to recover from this if she can. When a year and a half like rolls by, she'll put out another annoying song and that people will TikTok to, and all will be forgotten. That's how cancel culture is, and that is the part of it that I fucking hate. All right, so peep. So I'm gonna give y'all a couple examples, right? Remember the whole H&M incident where they had this, I think it was like some sort of like child clothing, and they had this little black boy. They had him wearing a shirt that said "coolest monkey in the jungle." Now, let me explain something to you. It's not like this boy wasn't like a little light skin. No, was obviously a black boy. They had this extremely black child wearing a shirt that says "coolest monkey in the jungle." Now, you can see how this would be offensive. Obviously, this was offensive. I was a little offended. I thought they did that shit on purpose. I was like, bro, come on, man. You telling me nobody at your company was like, guys, I think this might be a little racist? Not one. Not one. Anyway, I remember that whole incident. Yo, for like 5 or 6 weeks, H&M had 50% off on all of their clothing. 50%. And that was about like for 5 or 6 weeks, right? And guess what? Niggas was going right back in that store and shopping. They forgot what happened, but as soon as they saw 50%, they said, "Oh, well, all is forgotten." No, if you're going to quote cancel something or somebody, yo, I need you to stick with it. And if you know you're not going to stick with it, yo, then don't openly say that you are going to cancel them. Just don't say anything and just do what you know that you are going to do, which is shop there until you drop. Look, let me tell you something. I know a lot of people are going to get offended by what I'm about to say right now. Chick-fil-A. I know they are against the whole Black Lives Matter movement, and that fucking sucks. That sucks. And they are against the LGBTQ community. I understand that, but let me tell you this. This is just my honest truth, guys. Chick-fil-A is going to have to call me a nigga in my face in order for me to stop eating there. Do you guys realize that is the legit only reliable fast food joint? Like, that's not even sketchy. Chick-fil-A. Bro, if you think about it, that's all we got. I promise you, if they call me a nigga to my face, then yeah, I'm not eating there anymore. But let me tell you something. I know me. I know that even though that they came out and saying they don't support the LGBTQ community when I do, and that they don't support the Black Lives Matter movement, even though I do, I did not say, "Oh man, let's get rid of Chick-fil-A." I didn't say that shit because, next week on the Friday, I know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be at Chick-fil-A getting me a number one. Hold the pickles, because pickles is nasty. Look, all I'm saying is, just please, for the love of God, just stick in your truth. Just stay in your truth, and you will be okay. Oh man, another great example that I can think of is Starbucks, who recently just fucked up again. I remember, I don't know if this was a year ago or 2 years ago. I think it was a year ago. I remember, yes, because it was a year ago, because they had to go through like a what do you call that? Like some sort of training. It was like a diversity training, right? And that happened because there were these 2 black guys that were sitting at a Starbucks once, and then I think it was some employees. I don't know. You guys can correct me if you want. I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head, but I think it was some employees that called the cops on them, and then the cops arrested them for doing nothing. They were just chilling in the Starbucks. I think they were waiting on a ride or something, but they were just decided to chill in the Starbucks. Everybody was up in arms saying, we need to cancel Starbucks. We need to cancel all their coffee. Fuck Starbucks. I'ma get Dunkin' Donuts. What the fuck is a Frappuccino anyway? And then, about 2 months after, a lot of people, everyone, was going back to Starbucks, getting all the drinks, getting all the pastries, all that shit. And that is my main issue. Like, people they never keep that same energy. And you know what? I may take back what I said. I said I have a love-hate relationship with cancel culture. I may hate it more than I love it now. I may hate it because people do not keep that same energy. Because now that Starbucks has, been put in the spotlight again, saying that they didn't want their employees to wear anything Black Lives Matter like related, everybody's up in arms again. And I see a lot of people saying, damn, we should have never gave you a second chance. No, fuck that. You said that they were canceled. Keep that same energy. That's all I'm saying. Keep that same energy. Okay, so now I'm going to talk to you guys about how I even came up with this topic, because it hit me like a ton of bricks one day this week, and I just wanted to talk about it. So, B.Simone. So for those of you who do not know who B.Simone is, she's on the show Wildin' Out. I don't know if she still is or not, but she was on the show Wildin' Out. She's like an Instagram personality, influencer, whatever the fuck you call them nowadays. I don't know. She's a quote content creator, and I use that term loosely because I think she's honestly full of shit. But let me stick to the topic at hand. So B.Simone was not only in the spotlight last week, not one but twice, two times. One for saying some dumb shit and two for plagiarism. Now that second one is a doozy, but let's get into the dumb shit that she said first, right? So a part of me understands of like what she said, but the way that she said it was dumb as fuck. All right. So to make this a long story short, she was talking to Nick Cannon, and she said that she cannot date a man who has a 9-to-5. Now, this is fucking stupid. This is incredibly fucking stupid, because let me tell you something. Even CEOs have a 9-to-5. It's just their company. That shit is so fucking annoying and extremely shallow. So for her to say, I need an entrepreneur. I need a man that's going to be on the same, the same wavelength that I'm on, and I am manifesting. I'm manifesting that. Like she just keeps saying that shit over and over and over again. And let me tell you something. That's exactly why her crazy ass is alone right now, because she is manifesting a lonely ass life. She gonna be a lonely manifesting ass female. That is what exactly is gonna happen. She needs to lower her fucking standards, because I don't understand that. Okay, I do not know B.Simone personally, but I do not know what some of these people are thinking. Like, you just think that you are just that great and that worthy. First of all, you have to find a man to put up with your voice. Her voice is like nails on a fucking chalkboard. Oh my gosh. Her voice is exactly how I would imagine a dog hears a dog whistle. Like, when I hear her voice, I feel like I'm listening to a dog whistle. Like, can you just imagine humans blowing a dog whistle and they just hear B.Simone's voice? Oh my gosh, that would suck. Talking about I cannot date a man with a 9-to-5. I just cannot. I cannot date a man with a 9-to-5. I need a CEO. I need an entrepreneur. Ugh, bro, that is exactly what the fuck she sounds like. And every time she talks, I promise you, I do not hit women. I have never laid my hands on a woman before, but every time she talks, I just want to punch her right in the suck hole. Like, just shut up. Woo. Her voice is horrible. And for those of you who do not know me, I was joking. Relax. I'm not going to put my hand on a woman, and on a black woman at that. I would never touch any woman. It's just jokes. This is a comedic podcast. Relax. Anywho, now with all that being said, you can understand the backlash she got from saying stuff like that, because there are more regular niggas in the world than there are CEOs and entrepreneurs. I'm trying to be an entrepreneur myself, and this is not easy. I am still a regular Negro. So, I mean, I understood why they would take it personally. A lot of people took this shit personally. Like, why are we not, like, who are you to say that we are not good enough? Like, who the fuck are you? So that was the first part. That was the first thing that happened last week that she fucked up on. That was so stupid. And she said that. All right. Part number 2. Okay, so a few days later, apparently B.Simone came out with a book. I don't know what kind of book this was. I think this was like another one of those like self-motivating like manifestation books or whatever. So apparently this one, she's already apologized for this, by the way. So apparently she quote wrote this book, and people analyzed the fuck out of this book and realized that a lot of the content that was in this book was plagiarized down to a T, down to the font. How do you plagiarize the font? Like, how did they find the font to plagiarize this shit from? I mean, words fucking batum. And apparently she sold like a lot of copies of this book. I think well over 1 million. I don't know. I'm not sure. Do not quote me on that. But apparently she sold a lot of books for $30. So over 1 million books for $30. That's guap. She got money off of plagiarized work. So like I said before, she has since apologized for this whole plagiarism debacle or whatever you want to call it. Yes, I said debacle. But let me tell you what she said. And before we even briefly go over this, let me just say that I am not here to just tear down B.Simone and for me to just talk shit. But let me tell you something. A lot of this is pure, simple logic and common sense. I do not understand. So I am going to, like I said, I'm going to go over briefly of what she said and what her apology statement consisted of. So she was so happy about finally writing her own book and excited about it, just bragging and boasting on social media, right? Well, it turns out she didn't even fucking write the book. She said this without saying it on Instagram for her apology, but she basically said that she hired a quote team to write this book for her, and she did not proofread and she did not check the content. How stupid can you be? You're hiring a team of people whom you do not know to write a book for you, and you are not going to double check behind them? Are you serious? Look, let me tell you something. I am not the smartest man on the moon, but I know even when I type out something myself, I have to check. I have to go over it. She said she hired a team of people whom she did not know, and she didn't even fucking think. She didn't even think to double check behind them. I do not understand that. So ever since then, the people who actually own the content that she put out in her quote book, oh man, yo, they've been going in on her, saying that B.Simone is ripping off content creators, smaller content creators, and she's taking credit for it and this and that, and people are dragging her ass through the mud. And you know what? This is your fault. This is all your fault. There is no reason why you shouldn't check behind your team. You are the quote entrepreneur. You are the quote boss. So if you hire a fucking team to do a job, you check behind them. If you hire a team of people to build you a house, to build you a property, you're telling me you are just going to let them do it while you're blind? You're not even going to go there, check to see if the foundation is cool. You're not going to check the roofs. You're not going to check the gutters. You aren't going to check the garage. You aren't going to check the plumbing. You're not going to do any of that. You're just going to sign off on it and say, oh man, this is great. This looks good. I'm not going to look inside of it and check to see if, if everything's on the up and up. But hey, looks good to me. Here's your money, guys. I really want to know how that whole legal situation is gonna play out. Oh God, I hope she has to give all that money, not half. I want these creators to get all of that goddamn money, because this is proof. This is so much proof that their content creation is dope enough that millions of people can buy it. I hope that they get every fucking cent that B.Simone earned selling that fake ass, plagiarized ass book. I do not feel sorry for her. I think this was extremely dumb on her part. I do not know why she would not go behind her quote team. But yep, she fucked up. She fucked up. So you know what? As a result, everybody is screaming, damn, B.Simone is canceled. Now, do I do I honestly think that she is really quote canceled? No, I don't. I mean, come on. She still has around like 5 million followers on Instagram, for the love of fuck. No, she is not getting canceled no matter what anyone is saying. Cancel culture, it's bullshit. I take back what I said. Yes, I like it a little bit because it holds people accountable, but it's all bullshit. It only holds them accountable for a certain amount of time. But anyway, Meek Mill actually decided to weigh in on this situation, and he tweeted, oh, wow. Why the hell does my voice keep cracking? I am 26. I am not going through puberty. My voice stopped cracking, goddammit. This is the third time that this happened. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Probably not. But my voice keeps cracking in these episodes. I don't know why. Anyway, Meek Mill responded to this situation with a tweet. And I quote, B.Simone canceled because she finessed a book and made her way from the bottom. LOL. What major companies y'all cancel for ripping off our culture? Question mark. Finding ways to display hate towards our own when they start doing good is showing amongst us a lot. Exclamation mark. Unquote. All right, Meek Mill, so let me tell you why this is fucking stupid. Okay, so these major companies that you are talking about, them ripping off our culture is one thing, but an individual stealing content directly from another individual, that's another fucking thing. She's not ripping anybody off. She's not changing anything. All of this shit was verbatim. This has nothing to do with anybody like being on our side. Like, there is such thing as wrong and right, and this is just wrong. And me being a content creator, like, I'm offended by this. If anybody was to just take my hard-earned work and just put it in their own shit and they sell it for however much with their following, that would really piss me off. Like, no, you can't do that. Get the fuck out of here. That has nothing to do with our own. Time out. So you telling me, if I wrote something, if B.Simone, like, if she 1000% plagiarized my shit, you telling me I'm supposed to sit there just because she a sister? I'm supposed to sit there and be like, well, she a sister. Hey, what am I gonna do, huh? Her money is just as much as mine. She a black woman. Yeah. No, get the fuck out of here. I hate people do not think before they tweet. All right, ripping off the culture is one thing, but direct stealing is another thing, which is why big companies like the ones that you're talking about, they don't directly steal. They rip us off, like you said, because the big companies are smart, because if they directly stole or directly plagiarized like B.Simone did, they know that that is a legal battle that they would lose easily. You cannot win that when there is content verbatim that you took. Meek Mill, I'm sorry, sit this one out. This is not like a black man, black woman thing. We need to stop tearing down our own. This has nothing to do with it. This is just right and wrong. Sit the fuck down. Go make music. Your last album was mediocre. All right, I'm gonna be honest. And I like Meek Mill, but his last album was mediocre. Stop saying dumb shit. But guys, I will say one thing. So let me switch gears a little bit right here. So I know that I just said that cancel culture is pretty much bullshit and is full of shit like 1,000 times over on this podcast already. And it's only been about 23 minutes, almost 24. But there is one person that does not apply to. Cancel culture is not bullshit if your name is Robert Kelly. Let me tell you something. R. Kelly is the only person, legit the only person that I know of that has been officially canceled. Actually canceled. Which is fucking crazy to me, because if you think about it, R. Kelly should have been canceled a long time ago. Look, I get it. That man has some legendary songs and he has some legendary albums. When it comes to music, R. Kelly was a shit. Chocolate Factory was my shit, but guess what? I can't listen to it anymore. Like, me, I have a conscience. I honestly cannot listen to it anymore, especially when I think that I think he's talking about like children. That's fucking weird. I can't listen to it. I'm sorry. There was so much evidence beforehand, years ago, that suggested R. Kelly was a fucking predator, which he was. The people around him knew it. His family knew. Everybody knew that this man was a predator. And when that P tape came out, at that point, everybody knew. But the fact that he beat the case, which is again still insane to me, but the fact that he beat the case, everybody kind of like they put it past him. They put it past him and they said, look, he wasn't convicted of it. He was accused. He wasn't convicted of it. But I still like his music. He's not in jail, so hey, I might as well step in the name of love, you know? And then years later, Surviving R. Kelly came out. Woo! And there was some shit on that documentary, boy. That brought a lot of things to life. And you know what? Because of that documentary, his ass is in jail right now. Thank the Lord, because that man is horrible. How did no one catch this before? Why didn't anybody stop him? He married Aaliyah when she wasn't even legal. He married her. He made her lie about her age. That was fucking terrible, bro. He was a true predator. And yo, y'all want to know something crazy? Okay, so for those of you who are music heads, you know Aaliyah's album Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, and you know R. Kelly's like influence and how he helped her, you know, make that album. Like people know about that. But I did not realize that the nigga is actually on the front cover of the album. I just realized this shit the other day. He is actually on the front cover on the album looking at this little girl. I don't know how old she was at the time. Let me check real quick. Yo, she was 15. She was 15 when Age Ain't Nothing But a Number came out. She was 15. Fucking teen, and this man is in the background just looking at her like the fucking predator that he was. Wow, man, I can't believe it. R. Kelly is truly a piece of shit, and now everybody knows that he's a piece of shit. And it's just funny because even the people that still listen to his music, like on the DL, like they feel bad about it. You know that there's some sort of guilt behind listening to his music. And if you have no guilt and you just feel perfectly fine and you feel like his accusers are just lying, even though there are multiple women, then, hey, man, you need help, because at this point, the evidence is legit in front of you and you just don't want to believe it. But R. Kelly is a piece of shit, and he has most definitely been canceled. So cancel culture does not work unless your name is Robert Kelly. And that is facts. If you guys can think of anybody else who is truly canceled that I'm not even thinking of right now, then please do me a favor and DM me on Instagram or hit me up on Twitter or something, because I'm curious to know, because the only person that comes to mind is R. Kelly. I genuinely cannot think of anybody else who has actually been canceled and you just don't hear from them anymore. I don't know. Yo, even Kanye West. Oh my gosh. Yo, remember when people tried to cancel Kanye West when he said that slavery was a choice, which was the dumbest shit that man could ever say. But I feel like that situation was different because you could tell that something was genuinely wrong with Kanye. Like, he legit has, you know, mental issues, and I'm not making excuses for him at all. I am not. That was a dumbass thing to say, and that is not fucking true. Of course, slavery wasn't a choice. But yes, I remember that. Everybody canceled Kanye, and then I think I don't know if this was before that album, that Bipolar album, or if it was after. But I mean, when he dropped music, everybody just fucking forgets, because he kept saying outlandish shit. He even visited Donald Trump. He visited Donald Trump saying, "Man, I love this guy," and like 2 months later, he puts on a Fred Hammond sample and just is rocking out, and everybody was like, "All is forgiven." People gonna scream cancel Kanye, but they know damn well they're not gonna cancel Kanye. Oh, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, so yes, I listened to the Bipolar album. I really did. I did, and it wasn't horrible. I cannot cancel Kanye, because if I cancel Kanye, that means I have to stop listening to all his music. Let me tell you something. College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation are in my top 10 favorite hip hop albums of all time. If you think I am going to stop listening to those albums, then you are smoking dick, my friend. I'm not. I can't cancel old Kanye. Those albums have gotten me. They've gotten me through my life, man. Like, I remember being in elementary school, middle school, and high school when he made all of these albums. Matter of fact, I'm going to put 4 because 808's 5, actually. 808's Heartbreak and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy were all a part of my childhood, and they were a part of me growing up. I cannot cancel Kanye because that means getting rid of those old albums. I'm just being honest, and I'm telling the truth. That's what I want you guys to do. I want you to live in your truth. If you do not want to honestly cancel somebody in their entirety or cancel something in its entirety because you know that you're going to succumb and then you're going to listen to their music or you're going to eat or drink their products or you're going to do whatever, then just don't say anything. Just shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you can say, yeah, man, what Kanye said was crazy, but graduation, though. Like, I will respect you so much. Most people will probably respect you. I'm not going to lie. Like, you can admit when something is fucked up, but you still decide to partake. That's your choice. And I can't judge you for it, especially in that Kanye situation, because that man has made some great albums, all right? I get it. So, guys, I just wanted to keep this episode short, but I do have a question. Somebody has submitted a question to me once I posted my promotion for this episode on Instagram. Somebody has asked me, if I ever get big enough, what will I do in order not to get canceled? And you know what? That was a very good question. And thank you to the person that asked us over Instagram. I appreciate you. If you guys want to submit any questions to me over Instagram or Twitter, please do me a favor and follow me on Instagram at T_Watts94. And my Twitter is WattsTV94. That is WattsTV94. Now, what will I do? Or, I'm sorry, how will I not get canceled if I ever got big? Simple. There is one thing that I think that I am truly good at. So if there is a topic at hand or a situation that everybody is speaking on, if I'm not passionate about it, or if I do not have the facts, if I'm not knowledgeable about it, let me tell you what I do, guys. This is a life hack. This is the biggest secret that you'll probably hear for a damn while. Do you know what I do if I don't know something? Or if I'm not sure? I shut the fuck up. That's all you gotta do. Is just shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Don't say anything. And just because people are partaking and talking about one specific subject, that does not mean that you do, okay? And you know what? It's okay to be ignorant about things. And when I say ignorant, people always put a badass connotation behind that. When you're ignorance literally means that you aren't knowledgeable of something or you aren't aware of something. I am ignorant to a lot of things. So if I don't know, I ask questions and I research. So if you do want to talk about it, if you really do feel like that you have to talk about something and you don't want to shut the fuck up, then be knowledgeable and research. And in order for me not to get canceled, if I ever get big enough, when I get big enough, I had to say that because just like B.Simone said, you should manifest. You should believe in manifestation. But yeah, guys, I'm going to keep it 100. That's the most simple shit ever. If you don't know something, I know I repeat myself a lot on these podcasts, guys, but this is the Simple Logic Podcast. I feel like people do not listen, so I say things more than once. Sometimes you got to say it twice. Sometimes you have to say it 3 times. If you do not know something, then shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's all you got to do, and you're going to be all right in life, all right? That's it. Just shut the fuck up. Shut up. And let me tell you something. When I get big, I know I won't be canceled. That may be very, I don't know if that's pretentious of me or me being cocky, but guys, I have faith in my common sense and my simple logic. If there is something that is serious going on, unless I'm knowledgeable about it, I'm not going to say anything about it. And if it's something that's affecting a lot of people and blah blah blah, and I feel like I have to say something, then guess what? I'm going to research and know everything about it first before I say something fucking stupid. And that's going to be it. So I refuse to believe that there would even be a possibility of me being canceled when I, quote, make it big or what have you. Wow. Another fun episode, man. Wow. I am getting so much better at recording these podcast episodes. Now I'm damn near doing them all in one take. Actually, I am, unless I pause for a long time, there's some background noise or whatever. I'm pretty much doing this in all one take, and I am proud of myself. And screw you, Brooke, for making fun of me for always butchering my intros, which I have not been doing. So fuck off and eat a dick. Love you though, but eat a dick. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Simple Logic Podcast. I told y'all I'm not going to know how to act with this damn stream deck. Blame this on my older brother. He got this shit from me for my birthday. But yes, thank you guys. I appreciate you for listening. If you guys want to follow me on my social media, my Instagram is T_Watts94. My Twitter is WattsTV94. My Twitch that I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. is Watts_TV94. And my YouTube is simply WattsTV. So do me a favor and share, subscribe, and I would appreciate it, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much again for listening to the episode, and I'm out. Peace.